energy reading for the Egyptian connection. Okay, so I was just actually beginning with clearing right before the reading, and so your guides actually just want me to continue with that. As normally before the reading, I always surround the person that I'm reading in light and myself and the room. And in your case, when I surrounded you in the light, there were some blocks that I was bumping into, and so for a few minutes I was just clearing while I was waiting for a neighbor to stop making a whole bunch of noise. So so I'm going to go ahead and continue with the clearing. All right, so I'm going to use first my Isis statue here. A minute ago, I was actually using my selenite wand, and the first one was my pyramid here. So even with the pyramid, you can see we've got some Egyptian energies still coming in, Isis, and even the wand here, I just get a feeling of an obelisk also. So even that is feeling kind of Egyptian. Okay. So. Okay, so right away there's energy coming to your third eye. And I'm hearing let go. And I am almost getting a feeling of like expectations. And even expectations on your psychic abilities or for your psychic abilities or what they would be or what you would want them to be or not just that, but like how they will happen or are they happening quick enough, and a lot of things that actually produce blocks around that. Some of it has to do with like an excitement, but it's more almost like excess excitement, which turns into an anxiety. So almost like when someone's on coffee, when they're on a lot of coffee and they're tired, but they can't really sleep. And so it turns into a false excitement or an anxiety. And they're saying there's both. You have a real, genuine excitement, but then you also have a false excitement, which turns into an anxiety, or which is an anxiety. So yeah, this just, it almost feels like being on coffee, like I said. And they're saying to let go, to be calm if you want your psychic abilities to come forward, and to just allow them to be whatever they are. So they're saying to let them come forward. Let them come forward. They're saying that sometimes this excitement, it's actually a fear. So sometimes you can think that you're really excited about something, and like they said, you also are. So there is also a genuine excitement. But sometimes it's an anxiety, like I said, but that is actually a fear. So it's like there's an excitement, but also a fear of what's going to happen when they come through. How are they going to be? What kind of changes are you going to go through, or are you going to have to face? I even almost get a feeling of this feels a little bit secondary. not like a primary thought form, but I even get a feeling a little bit of like, is this wrong even? Or is it wrong to have metaphysical abilities or like metaphysical power in this way? Or to be aware of what you can see. But again, they're saying that being aware simply means being calm, being calmer. And they're saying that you have a lot of pent up energy. They're also giving me a feeling of anger. Anger, frustration. But almost that it's kind of held back a bit. And anger is actually meant to help you set boundaries. That's healthy anger. Healthy anger, positive anger is there. So that is a true emotion that's there to help you to resolve things, to actually resolve conflicts by setting boundaries, by deciding yes to certain things, no to other things, and by sticking with your gut feeling. That is what anger helps you with. So it's similar to like a drive. So even something like drive or ambition is similar to anger, or determination is similar to anger, to a true anger. So it's not like a rage, it's not something out of control, and it is something on its own, so it can be slightly different from the things that I was just saying. But it's basically the ability to set boundaries. That's really what it is. It's the ability to say no. And so a true anger is a positive emotion, but it's meant to be a forward one. So anger is a more masculine emotion. This means it's more forward. Whereas like crying, this is more like a feminine emotion. And so it's more inward. When somebody's crying, they're more withdrawn. They're more inward. Even if they're making a lot of noise, it's more this inward thing. Whereas anger, it's like outward. It's outward versus kind of going inward. So this is meant to be more of a forward emotion in the true way, whereas crying in the true way is meant to be more of a release. That's what it's helpful for, whether you're male or female. So yeah, so it has nothing to do with since we all have both, everyone contains both. So men should cry, women should set boundaries, And this is what these are there for. So your guides are saying, for some reason your guides are saying that you can't be nice all the time or put yourself in a nice box. It's okay to say no, because I'm getting the feeling from them that there's actually some true anger. This is why they're talking about this. There's actually some true anger that's bottled up, not like a rage or something out of control. But they're saying, like, you have the privilege, you have the right to stand up for yourself, to set appropriate boundaries, to say no to certain things that you feel are inappropriate for you, that you know that they are inappropriate for you. They're saying that is okay to say no to. Okay, so they want to move on now. They're saying that's the thing that you can improve with. As far as this question, are you doing a good job? Are you on the right path? Staying on the right path means following your intuition at all times. And that means that you go with your intuition no matter what it's saying versus what someone else is trying to impose on you. So it is setting boundaries. And they're saying to look for opportunities to do what you feel is right. And then you'll know even more what they're talking about. And they're saying, don't be happy all the time, as weird as that sounds. But again, they're also talking about something that isn't always genuine, that turns into something false, like an exaggerated happiness. And this is false. It turns into an anxiety or a fear, like they were saying. And they're saying even an anger can be masked in this way. You're angry because you feel to set a boundary, but you're going to be nice and let it slide and give in, versus you don't give in and you set the boundary and do what you feel is right for you in that moment. Okay, so I've got Thoth here too. Last time I had to use a Thoth picture, but now I have a Thoth statue. Okay, I think I'm keeping Isis here too. Okay, so I have both of them here. All right. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna do some clearing with Thoth now. Whoa. Now this energy being sent is coming straight from Thoth's feet. And this really has to do with willpower. Again, it has to do with your will, manifesting your will, and a lot of this through what you're speaking, through what you're saying. And even setting boundaries is saying something. Not only do you have to communicate a lot of times to set a boundary, but even if you set a boundary silently, you're still communicating to the universe. Even if you make even if you set some silent boundary with yourself or even with another person, but you're not verbalizing it, you're deciding it inwardly. Even in that case, you're still communicating. It's a communication. Yeah, right. Like the saying they're reminding me of, actions speak louder than words. So this is also a form of communication. Okay. So whoa, is that energy? Okay, so Thoth is still sending you a lot of energy, which I'm feeling. But so I'm asking hold on. I feel before they get into this other question, I feel some younger energy, almost like a younger female energy. And this feels like a physical person. So I don't know if you have a sister. Now, sometimes a friend feels like a sister energy. But this feels like somebody. Okay, I don't know what time frame this is. I don't know if this is somebody now. Is this present? Oh, geez, I do this once in a while with time frames. All time is happening now. Okay, all right, but this feels like a female energy. It feels like a someone younger, okay, is this on a soul level or is this the person is younger? Okay, no, they feel physically younger though. They do feel like they're physically younger than you, and they feel female, like a girl, someone that you are almost guiding. Or if this isn't present, because I feel both, or maybe this just means it's present, but it is going to continue into the future. But this is someone that you are guiding or that you will be guiding, and they are female and they're younger than you. This could be an actual relation, though. This feels like it might be an actual relation. And someone that you are guiding or that you will be guiding, and they feel like a starseed. And you're going to be like helping them down their spiritual journey, their spiritual path. And they're young and they're female. And they're not really giving anything else specific about that. But there is someone that you are going to be guiding down a spiritual path. And you're going to have a lot of, or you do. This has got to be a relation, because this feels like you have or you will have quite a bit of influence on this person's path. Like, in other words, you can influence them, like they listen to you. Okay, so we're running out of time here. Actually, we're a little bit over, so I'm going to go ahead and go into this last question, which is the starseed question. And the answer is definitely yes. And it's definitely coming in as Sirian, the origin. And, you know, this makes a lot of sense, because if you've watched some of my other readings, I've talked about before how the Egyptian pantheon and the Sirians have a major connection. I always feel a Sirian energy with the Egyptian pantheon, always have. And to the point that I even feel like they may have originally come from Sirius, because the connection just feels very, very strong, the Sirians and the Egyptian pantheon. And so there was already that. There was already that. And then when you sent your email in response to the last reading, you said in that email something about how much of a connection you feel to Safan, who's the Sirian council member. And I thought, if he's not from Sirius, but so you are from Sirius, so they are confirming that as well. Okay, so our time is definitely up. So thank you so much, the Egyptian connection, for allowing me to do this reading and clearing for you. Thank you very much, and I hope that this benefits you. Namaste.